Hey gang, so today I just want to talk a little bit about some free assistive technology, which is available and probably already um, hooked up in your classroom in the sense that nowadays most school boards that I've come in contact with are using Google Apps for Education. A lot of them are using Google Drive as a place to store their teacher work, but also for students to submit and save their own work as well. So one of the cool add-ons that I wanted to look at today was the Read and Write for Google, and I'm just on their download page and their information, and so we're just gonna have a quick look at some of the features that this has. So the one that I seem to have been kind of drawn to the fastest is the hover to speak mode. And what you simply have to do is just by holding your cursor over a sentence.
Make Google Apps for Education accessible for those with reading and writing difficulties, learning disabilities such as dyslexia, or English language learners. Read and Write for Google TM offers supports for Google Docs, web, PDFs, and EPUBs in Google Drive on Windows, Macs, or Chromebooks.
So what's interesting about this is, I mean, you can see when it said the Chromebooks or Chromebooks, it's not taking every word exactly, but for the most part, this is a great tool, especially as it says, for those with reading and writing difficulties and learning disabilities. But the one area where I really see my own personal use in this is as a French immersion teacher. I teach grade 3 primary French immersion in Ontario, Canada. And the cool part about this is that not only will this read text orally to students in the language that we're learning, which is French, but it will also support them with a few visual cues as well. Now I want to talk about the reading it aloud in French part first, because our students start off with an oral language basis. That's where the bulk of the focus of our program is. So when they start in grade 1, there isn't reading really, there isn't writing really. It's basic oral interaction and oral communication. And so for them to have this option of the story being read to them, it's going to allow those kids who haven't kind of made that leap in grade 3, where we are getting into a lot of reading, where we are starting to write more significant pieces, and it's going to allow those kids to have that access. I mean, this translates, to students of all languages and all abilities. If you look at the whole universal design for learning model, this is going to help anybody. But for my personal focus, I can really see the application of this for supporting a great number of my learners who are having difficulty getting on with the French reading piece. Furthering that, let's look at the word reading. So if I highlight the word reading, and I go up to here, which is what is known as the picture dictionary, and I click on it, over on the left-hand side shortly, you're going to see these visual images here. And it's really going to break down for the students, okay, what does this word reading mean? And they can by looking at the pictures, they can kind of figure out on their own, okay, that's what we're talking about. Another great one, say if they come across a word like dyslexia and say, I have no idea what that might mean. Well, they can click on the dictionary, and the great thing about this dictionary is not only does it give you the reading part of it, but by clicking on the audio piece.
Noun, dyslexia, impaired ability to read.
So it's also going to tell the student what it means. And again, we're going with that. If we have a student who's having difficulty reading, they're going to be able to access it because of the audio piece that goes with this, as well as we saw with the picture dictionary, the visual piece. Another great part about this is that we can change. Now here when you click on it, it says into Spanish, but you can go in and you can change the language that you want to. So when the student is looking at it, they're able to access these texts, and if they're really not getting it, or if they're doing a piece at home, they can take a piece of text in French, move it into English directly within in the document, and they're able to access it as well. As well, if they were to highlight a certain piece, like say if we were still going with dyslexia, they could click on this little text right here, and it would do a Google search, and they might be able to find a piece that was more catered to them. I think this is a great app. You have highlight pieces as well. You can remove the highlight. You can change the accent of the person speaking, which is really cool in the sense that as a significant part of the French curriculum nowadays is looking at culture and the French culture within Canada and across the globe. For us, you can change the accent to French Canadian accent that you're listening to, so that it actually gives students a further accessibility and a further example of what listening to oral examples of a French Canadian accent is, which is tied directly into our curriculum. Another great piece about looking at this is, I mean, you have your whole list of all the different things that it can do here, but as well too, because you know they're thinking ahead with this, Google's often known for that, is that you can get your free premium teacher subscription, and that's going to give you a lot of the special features that come only with the premium membership. I really like this. I can definitely see the way in which that I'm going to make this accessible to my students, ensure that this is a piece that's available on all our Chromebooks, and I know that this is something that is going to help my students find success. Just a quick conclusion, what I really like about the Read and Write for Google is the fact that it's built in to the programs that we're already having our students use. It's free. It's in a familiar format that the students are already aware of how to use. All these little pieces are so user-friendly. They're built into to Google Docs, to Google Drive, to all these pieces that we're already having our students use. It just makes sense to use this as an add-on, as instead of perhaps some of the other software that's available out there that you need to purchase large licenses for, and that may be directed solely on the computer at school that they're used to using. This also goes over a piece where not all students are going to, because of their IEP, have a personal computer assigned to them. So this gives every student the accessibility for free at home, at school, and it's also available on the iPad and as well on the other types of tablets that are out there too. So I really think this is great. It gives definitely 2 thumbs up for me. I'm looking forward to the growth that this product will make, and I think it's just another great tool to have in our Google Apps for Education. Thanks.